destination. She's my cousin, and I'm bringing her that someday when Silver Fox is no more, Raven will be here, I hope, with you people, maybe your children. We have a new friend this afternoon, Dakota, and we have this young lady. I met her mother a long time ago. So, what we're going to do this afternoon...
Fanny Ash, come to the office.
I'll talk about my regalia and Raven's, and then we'll talk about our customs and jewelry. I'm wearing a traditional Southern-style breastplate made by a Cherokee Blackfoot lady in Clarkston, Utah. It's made out of bone and brass and glass beads. And it is heavy. And my jewelry is from hand-me-downs from tribes among the old traditional tribes. My ring was made by one of the chiefs of the Oneida tribe. It was given to Dolores Santa probably 50 years ago when she was a young woman. She is my elder, and she groomed me that someday I'm taking her place. When I became an elder 9 years ago, she passed it on to me. We do not copy each other's jewelry. You never, never find two pieces of Indian jewelry alike if it's made by our people. My bracelet, our shawls was carried over from the 1800s during the burnout. But this bracelet is over 120 years old. It was made by a Cherokee man, we think. It's a Cherokee dancing bracelet. Every piece of jewelry tells a story. The turquoise you see represents success and strength of our people. It is our stone of the Cherokee. Most Indians do carry a piece of turquoise with them, but it is the Cherokee stone. The red is the blood that was shed on the American Indians' lives for hundreds and hundreds of years. In the darkness, you will see dark clouds that hung over the American Indian lives for hundreds and hundreds of years. But if you look real close, you'll see silver trails, silver teepees. So the moral of the story is, no matter how much blood is shed, no matter how dark the clouds, hang on to the Creator and keep believing, and there'll be a silver lining in your life.
Now cross your hands like this. There you go. Behind your pinky.
I think you changed it on Friday.
All right. Ready? Take out the middle finger with your middle finger on both hands.
Slow down, you're already off.
There you go. Stick it out with your middle finger. There's Roy. You did okay. Now, look. You're not watching me. Okay. The third one from your finger. Stick it out with your thumb. What is it? Oh, tell. Huh? There you go. Stick it out with your thumb. What are you doing? Here, I'll teach you.
I got it. Good teacher someday.
Okay, third one from you.
Is that right? Come here and show me.
Got this one. Go in and get the third one. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And you've got to pull it and dump that one on your thumb. Yeah. And then you let go your fingers. Couple sauce.
Okay.
Then if you take
Now are
it
you
down,
ready? No.
you go like this and you drop it.
Take it up with your mouth.
What?
Yes.
Thumbs out.
I don't know.
Is
And
that not
put it over your
Oh, you
toe.
learn something every day.
Over my toes? Over your thumb.
This one.
Let go of your thumbs, then, Brad.
Pull it over your thumb.
Okay.
Put your thumbs
Have you done crow's feet again?
Okay, ready?
Bring that down to your thumb. Are you doing crow's feet? Are you doing crow's feet? No, go ahead.
All right. Now,
Oh my
what
God.
is it? Teacup and saucer.
Don't worry, I did it. Look her at
You
it.
didn't do that. You didn't pull it. Okay,
Next trick, please.
Okay.
Guys, they're fun.
I've been keeping these for 25 years or longer. And Mr. Brown asked me to come over and talk to you all about bees and beekeeping. That's great. Sounds good. Here I am. Brought some things with me. This right here is a beehive. This is a Langford beehive, which was developed by a fellow by the name of Langford in the late 1800s. And believe it or not, it is still the basis of the industry in beekeeping. Everybody in the United States uses Langford hives. Just like this one right here. Same size, same dimensions, same everything. So it really makes it interchangeable very easy for it. It makes life better. It's easy for us to work. It comes in parts. The top is just an outside top. It sticks out the rain, the snow, the sleet. Just like the roof on your house at home keeps nice and comfortable. So it's important for the bees and the beekeeper. The next part is your inner cover. You can see this is made out of wood, and some are made out of plastic, but I prefer the wood. We've got a hole here. We've got a slot here in the front. Anybody have any idea why it's made that way? Ventilation. Ventilation, absolutely. The fresh air comes in the bottom down here where the bees go in and out, comes up through the hive, comes through this hole, and then exits the slot on the outside. Brings fresh air in, takes the old air out. Fresh air, because we got a perfect air conditioning all the time. Gets rid of all the old air, stale air, keeps the bees very healthy. So it's an important part of the beehive. We want to have it on there all the time. The bees are good and healthy, then they're going to make honey. And this is a honey suit. This is a typical shallow honey suit. It's got 10 frames in it. Each one of these bars is a frame. And the bees will fill these, hopefully, with honey, and then us beekeepers will take it. This is a frame of honey that I've taken. This is exactly the way that it comes from the bees. Take a little bit. Does it smell good? Isn't it different? Honeycomb. Honeycomb. Now be on back. But this is the way we take it from the bees. There's 3 pounds of honey here in this frame. And there's 3 pounds of honey in this quart jar. Interchangeable, same amount of honey in both. So when I have a super full of honey, when all 10 of these are full, then I've got 10 quarts of honey in this, or 30 pounds of honey. So it's a pretty good amount of honey for one super. And I could stack more supers on. I've had as many as 7s of these supers on one hive. So 7 times 3, 21, 210 pounds of honey in one season. Doesn't happen very often, but it has happened.
Real carefully.
This is a queen excluder.
You hear that?
And the queen bee is larger than the worker bees, okay? She's bigger. She cannot get through this screen because she's too big. But the worker bees can go right through it and go up and put the honey in the honey supers.
They'll break the thread.
So this way, I keep the queen locked down in the brood chamber where I want her to stay. So it's managing the tool for me to keep her where I want her to be. Okay? That's all it
This
does.
is flax, and it makes linen. And it's like a
Now this is the brood chamber.
little draw. And inside
Again, it has 10
draw,
frames in it.
it's all
There's
fine,
bigger
fine,
than the honey
fibers.
suit. And this is where the queen bee lives. And this is where she lays her eggs and raises all these young bees. Bees only live about 6 weeks during the
If
summer.
I wanted to,
So they die and they have to be
I would
replaced.
it and put it out
So
in
the queen
sun,
bee
or
has
put it
to
out
lay
in snow
in the
and
neighborhood of
dry
1,500 to
snow
2,000 eggs
and
per
then
day
bleach it.
during the summer to keep this hive going. We need about 60,000 worker bees
Now,
to bring in a crop of
First
honey.
spinning,
We don't have that many, we won't
there's
get a crop of
probably
honey.
just somebody that
So
took
it's
some
very important that we have a very
wheat,
strong, healthy
found some
queen
wool
bee.
on a thorn
In
bush.
this area here, she lays the egg, and the bees feed it pollen, and they feed it honey,
Twisting the fibers
and then in 21 days, it hatches into an
so that
adult,
you can use
hatches
it
out
for
into an
knitting
adult bee.
or crocheting
Goes out,
or
works,
weaving.
and lives 6
And
weeks,
then from
dies.
that
New one's gotta take its place.
evolved.
So this brood chamber down here is where all of that takes place. That's where the queen lays all the eggs, where they're all hatched. If you don't have that going on, then you're not gonna have a good hive of bees, and you're not gonna have a honey.
Pull out the wool to the
Everybody
side.
understand that? Another thing is,
There are also little bitty
yes, put in here.
spindles like that. This one came from Iceland, and that has a hook on the end, and you do that upside down. And this one, you have to be very careful because it will untwist.
Brood chamber like this with drains and everything.
But you can make a very fine thread
Queen cage
with a light spindle.
do frame.
You just spin it like a top.
Of course, the new queen will be in that cage. Once I do that,
And there are two
then I
kinds
take the shipping cart,
of yarn,
I'll take this
I
out.
mean two kinds. One is called wool, and that's made from a short
Shake
fiber,
these right down on
a
top.
short staple fleece.
Shake everything out of it.
Oh, you moved my wastebasket.
It's gonna be flying around.
How can I put things like that if you move my
But as soon as
wastebasket?
everything will be kind of,
But this is a short staple fleece,
queen has to
and just the way it came from the sheet. And you pull it out, separate it,
Once they
to get out the thorns and the bugs and the hay and the straw and whatever is in it, and the short ends, like that. You don't want that in your wool. Then you take your wool that you picked and you put it on cards. Now these have wires on them. They're not sharp, but they have wire. And you put it on the cards.
That's how we start, right there. Other tools that we use, this is a piece.
And then you card it. And this just straightens out the fibers, cleans it a little bit, separates it, and gets it even. And you card it until you've got it looking pretty good and evenly on each card, like that. Then you take it off in a roll. Now this makes the woolen yarn where all the fibers are going in different directions. It makes a warmer yarn and a softer yarn when it's the wool.
Another thing we use is a bee smoker. This I put this baling twine in there, light it, get it smoldering, burning.
Now you leave a little bit of unspun yarn on the end, and you just lay the new roll on there, and you start the wheel.
Before you start working on them,
Now this is called a long draw, and you can draw it out, and then pull it until you get the size you want.
smoke is very important.
Now when you keep pinching on the yarn, it won't wind up. When you release the tension, the bobbin goes faster than this plier or wishbone, and the yarn will wind up on the bobbin.
Keeps me out of a lot of trouble. This is a special design hive tool.
And in pioneer times, this is the only way they had of getting thread or yarn. And if you had a pair of mittens or a jacket or a sweater, you took good care of it, because if you lost a pair of mittens in the winter, your mother had to spin yarn and then knit them. You couldn't go down to the store and get a new pair or a new hat or a new jacket.